What up, Space Fam? Goes in here for AnimeUproar, and once again I'm here to discuss the absolutely crazy latest developments of the Demon Slayer story. The fight between Muzan and the Pillars is progressing extremely quickly, so make sure to stay tuned for that. If you enjoy seeing these Demon Slayer videos on this channel, make sure to smash that like button to let me know. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is extremely important, ring that notification bell or YouTube won't notify you when new videos come out. Also, you might have noticed that last week's video was taken down because of a wrongful copyright strike. This is nothing new for YouTube. Anime YouTubers have always been dealing with this. We are going to do our best to fight this and get the video back up. However, since this can unfortunately happen anytime on YouTube, I ask you to follow us on Instagram at AnimeUproar, link in the description, where I will also be posting the weekly chapter reviews. If anything happens on YouTube, you will still be able to watch the full videos there. For this reason, make sure to follow us on Instagram at AnimeUproar. I will put the link in the description and in a pinned comment. I cannot overstate how much we, meaning my brother Animac and I, appreciate your support. Of course, there will be spoilers in this video. I will be talking about the latest chapter, chapter 183 after all. You've been warned. Now, without further ado, let's jump into this awesomeness. As you'll remember, the last chapter had one of the biggest twists in Demon Slayer. We were shown a genjutsu, aka an illusion, for the muggles who haven't watched Naruto. Just when it seemed like Mitsuri, the love pillar, and Iguro, the snake pillar, were dead, and Tanjiro was about to be killed by Muzan, everything flipped. Mitsuri and Iguro showed up. It was revealed that none other than Yushiro helped to accomplish all of this. With help from the pillars, he invaded Nakime's mind and made her see visions that weren't real. Since Muzan has access to her mind, he thought that these visions were real too, which is why he finally lost his cool when Mitsuri and Iguro showed up alive and well and interrupted his plans. Yushiro, being the boss that he is, promised to get Muzan out of the interdimensional fortress at the end of the last chapter. That way, he would be able to be killed by the sun. I have to admit, Yushiro went from just a random side character who I didn't really care that much about to being epic AF. Brilliant writing on the mangaka's part there. So that's what led up to this chapter, chapter 183, called Counteroffensive. We see Inosuke, Kanao, PS, a video is coming out about her in the future, and Zenitsu. They're all together somewhere in the interdimensional fortress, and Zenitsu is crying and freaking out as usual. It seems like his character will still keep acting like that, even though he proved during his fight against Kaigaku that he can consciously step up and be epic when it counts. So, thankfully, we got to see these guys again after so long. I've been hoping to see them, but we don't get to stick with them for long because we jump back to the battle against Muzan, and unfortunately, they are not there yet. The fortress is switching around like crazy. It's very unstable. As Mitsuri points out, the pressure coming off of Muzan is so strong, it feels like she's being crushed. If she feels like this with Muzan, I can only imagine the pressure that Kokushibo felt when he was confronted by the strongest demon slayer in history, Yoriichi. Anyways, we get some more comedic relief from Mitsuri as she freaks out over how strong and scary Muzan is. Mitsuri thinks about Gyome and how she can't wait for him to enter. For her, his presence will be reassuring. This gives us more insight into how the other demon slayers view Gyome. He's like Goku for them. When he shows up, suddenly everyone feels more reassured. That's a really amazing effect to have on people, so it seems like for now, Gyome is the Goku and All Might of the series. Then Mitsuri reveals how she ran into Yushiro and how they executed his plan. She says that his plan to pretend that the pillars are dead has been ruined, but hey, they had to protect Tanjiro, he is the protagonist after all. They lost the element of surprise now, but at least our lovable protagonist is alive. The initial exchange between Mitsuri and Yushiro is actually hilarious. Yushiro tells her that he is a demon, but that he's on her side. He says that unless she's a moron, she'll cooperate with him. Then she thinks I'm not a moron and agrees. How funny would it be if that was one of Muzan's demons? But luckily, Yushiro really is on the Demon Slayer's side. In the flashback, he explains that while Mitsuri distracts the Upper Moon, he's going to infiltrate her brain, remove her from Muzan's control, and hijack her mind. Then we have a bit of a meta moment where Mitsuri is impressed that he can do that and says how convenient. And it is really convenient that Yushiro has the exact power that can help stop Muzan. But that's always the case in shonen. and the Demon Slayer mangaka is poking some fun at the shonen formula, even as she's also making use of it in an epic way. And I actually really appreciate that. After the brain control takes place and Mitsuri and Iguro save Tanjiro, Muzan and Yushiro have a clash over Upper Moon Nakime's mind. This clash manifests itself in the interdimensional fortress moving around in strange ways that are really unpredictable. As our Demon Slayers are trying not to get crushed by the moving fortress, they realize that they'll need to attack Muzan. They need to distract him so that he cannot focus as much on trying to retake Nakime's mind from Yushiro. Muzan realizes that Tamayo's demon Yushiro is the one taking control of Nakime's brain. He thinks to himself that he's got guts, but that he's going to kill him. You gotta respect Yushiro though. Even Muzan has to admit that the dude has guts. When an OP enemy says something like this about you, you know you're a boss. Muzan starts taking back control and even starts absorbing Yushiro's cells. Yushiro is struggling hard as Muzan is trying to stop him from interfering. Then this weaker demon hunter with him offers to let Yushiro eat him if it will help, but Yushiro is not about to do that. While this mental war is raging, Giyu and Iguro both launch an attack on Muzan at the same time to distract him. We finally get to see Iguro in action and I love it. It's predictable but no less epic, seeing how Iguro's slashes take the form of a snake. Someone in the comments suggested that Iguro is like a young Orochimaru from Naruto, but I personally think Iguro is much cooler. Anyways, the two pillars succeed in distracting Muzan and that lets Yushiro regain a more solid footing in Nakime's mind. Muzan realizes that he won't be able to win the mental war as he fights a physical one, and with the closing of his fist, he tries to kill Nakime. After Muzan does this, it is only a matter of time before Nakime's cells completely die. Muzan likely did this because he feels it's better for the fortress to come apart than for Yushiro to have complete control over it. Yushiro realizes that in the short window of time he has left, he has to get Muzan and all of the other remaining members outside. Not an easy task. We jump to Tanjiro and, as he's being thrown around, he sees a bunch of dead Demon Slayer Corps members. He thinks that they must have died with regret as he sees a broken sword on the ground. Muzan and the Demon Slayers continue to fight and then Tanjiro, who already lost his right eye, gets hit by Muzan again. While they are all jumping around and fighting, Iguro notices that the fortress is breaking up. He points out that if this happens and they don't get outside, everyone but Muzan, who is invincible except for the sun, will die. Then, just as it looks like Mitsuri is about to get hit by Muzan's tentacle-like arms, Tanjiro repays the favor and saves her. He throws the broken sword we saw in a previous panel right at Muzan. It hits him in the head and gives Mitsuri an opening to dodge. Muzan curses Tanjiro. The fortress falls apart, but it seems like Yushiro did his thing since we see the sky and the stars. The fight is finally outside again where, if the Demon Slayers keep Muzan fighting long enough, they'll be able to kill him with the sun. This was a great chapter, but I think the next one will be even more epic. We are probably going to see everyone united again in the next chapter. Even though we haven't seen everyone outside yet, I think Yushiro will succeed in getting everyone out. Then we'll not only get to see Gyomei and Sanemi join the battle, but also Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Kanao. It's going to be all-out war with Muzan. If Muzan has more tricks up his sleeve, like another form, he's going to have to reveal them soon. And yes, I'm fully aware that in a literal sense, Muzan doesn't have any sleeves right now. As we saw with Yushiro, everyone, no matter how weak, has their own strengths. When all of these different strengths come together in a good way, they will allow a weaker team of people to beat a much stronger opponent. We've seen this many times in Demon Slayer, and Black Clover has some great examples of this too, with magic type advantages and disadvantages. I've said it before and I'll say it again, these creative paths to victory are almost always more interesting and entertaining to me than when a character just gets super OP and defeats everyone by himself. And I have no doubt that the mangaka of Demon Slayer has a great and very entertaining fight planned for us. This seems like the climax of the story after all, so we can expect her to pull out all the stops. Let me know where you think we're going from here. Will the team beat Muzan, and could there be another villain after him? Or will Muzan escape and the final battle will take place after some more training? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. It's a real shame that the previous chapter review got falsely taken down, so I would especially appreciate it if you could leave a like if you enjoyed this one and share it so we can help more Demon Slayer fans see this one. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial hit that notification bell so you actually know when new Demon Slayer videos come out. And remember, please follow us on Instagram at AnimeUproar, where you can watch all of these videos even if they get taken down here. The support we've received from the Space Fam has been amazing, and I just want to let you know that I really appreciate it. A big thank you goes out to our patrons over on Patreon who help make videos like this one possible. I'm blown away by the amount of patrons we have, and I'm extremely thankful to each and every one of you. I especially want to thank our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Baby Ray, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, $50 Beat, Ekarad GN, Anatoly Kazatsky, DJ Nathaniel, Alpha Dio, and Angel Cruz, and are the 1 tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans: Steven Ingrata, Alola Nata, Matty Mac 239, Makoto Kud, Seth Cooper, and the world. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. You can also now join the YouTube channel and support more content that way if you prefer. Whichever way you choose to support us, you can get the same great benefits. Thanks for everything. And until next time, see you, Space Cowboy.